Okay, so today we're going to make a omelet, a 2-egg omelet. I've decided to use chopped ham and some Gruyere cheese. And to start with, I'm going to take my eggs and break them into the bowl here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in because I can put pepper in now. I can't put salt in now because it will break down the egg and it won't coagulate properly. I'm going to whisk that together. Incorporate some air, which will make it a little bit lighter. Okay, now I'm just going to move everything over to my stove. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on, and what I want medium low. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put one little glug of oil, just a little, because the oil lowers the temperature and stops things from burning. But I'm also going to put in some butter. Now, when I use the butter, it adds, it enriches the flavor of what I'm doing. Okay, and I'm just going to work that around until it's good and melted. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my ham and I'm going to put it in. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work that around for a couple minutes, just so that it gets warm. Okay, it's already cooked, but it was in the fridge, so I want to kind of just heat that up. Okay, if I had any vegetables like onion or peppers, I would saute them for a couple minutes on low heat, just to take the bite out of the rawness. I still want some crunch on them, but not that much. Okay. Now I'm using an omelet pan. You know it's an omelet pan because the sides are rounded. A regular pan is more square. This is more rounded. And that makes it a little bit easier for the omelet to slide out. So now I'm going to add my eggs. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that around slightly, and you can see how things are just kind of, I'm moving my ham around, making sure it's evenly distributed, but you can also see that there's some curds starting there. So just by moving it around, and then I can do this and fill in some gaps. Now the key to omelets is low and slow, okay? So I can just pat that down a little bit, okay? Now's the perfect time to add my cheese. Because the egg's starting to sit, it's now also the time to add some salt. Pinch of salt. Just working it around the edges to make sure that it's loosened. And it is. I'm just going to let that sit for another second or two. And then what I'm going to be doing, I'm not doing a half one, I'm going to be folding it and then folding it again. Okay. So I'm folding it in once, folding it in again. Okay. Turn my heat off. And what I can do now is flip that over. Didn't quite work out how I wanted, but that's okay. We can maneuver things to make it look good. Okay, and that is my omelet.